Need some help finding some edge in the prop market? Check out the Props AI tool on the LineStar app. It's a one-stop shop for all the information you need to make smarter bets. Download the LineStar app today. Happy Flex Friday. Welcome to the NBA Props Show presented by LineStar. Alongside my co-host Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and we've got some great NBA prop bets for you guys today that are available on Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, and Parlay Play. And if you haven't already downloaded those, make sure you do so. But the key is to use the promo code LineStar so you can get a nice deposit match. Plus, you can also get one free month of the LineStar app. The key is also, though, you have to play with at least $1 in those. Just a little caveat there. But let's get into it because we're on quite the hot streak, Tyler, with our picks 5-0 over our last two shows. The only one, let's just recap last show. We didn't have a show yesterday because there was just one game, not enough for us to choose from, but plenty of games today on the slate. Last show, DeAndre Ayton didn't play, so that one got refunded, but the other two picks hit for us. Trey Murphy under 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Jalen Brunson under 27.5 points. I think most people probably got that at 26.5. And if Tyler, I don't know if you're watching the end of that game against the Bulls, but sweating that one out as Jalen Brunson started to go on a tear, and he actually got a shot up with like 2 seconds left on the clock to win the game for the Knicks. It was a three-pointer that would have sunk our prop, but he missed it. So as a Knicks fan, I was kind of sad to see it, but also happy in terms of the win for us. So, hey, you know what? The silver lining is we got a win there. So I don't know. Were you sweating that one out at all? I don't know if you watched that one live, but it was a sweaty one.
I wasn't watching it. You were messaging me as it was going on.
Like, oh God. But it was a fun one nonetheless. And yeah, I still think that line's a little too high. It's still at 27.5 today for Jalen Brunson. Although, yeah, so my Knicks pick, I haven't gotten a Knicks game pick wrong so far this season, I don't think. So that's still on the line for today. I'll give you one at the end of the show. We have our top 3 player props. The reason we're not endorsing one of the Knicks picks for today is there's a big variable that's still up in the air, and that is the status of Karl Anthony Towns, who is listed on the injury report as questionable. We'll get into that in a little bit, but first I want to tell you about the Props AI tool that we are using on the LineStar app to help us find the best value in the prop market. Make sure to check it out at linestarapp.com. You'll see screenshots pop up throughout this video. And that is what that tool is. It's called the LineStar app's Props AI tool to help you find the best value in the prop market. And do us a huge favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. A comment enters you into our prop bets contest, whereby if we go 3 for 3, one randomly selected commenter will win $50. So got to be in it to win it. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. That's all you got to do to enter in to win it today. If you've got any locks for us too, let us know where you're headed in the prop market of NBA action, because we've got a nice slate for today. It's looking good. So let's get into our picks, shall we? We're going to start things off with Orlando Magic guard Jalen Suggs under 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. LineStar's projection, nice edge to the under here, 16.1, and the consensus projection, which is kind of an average of other industry leaders and their various projections, is just at 21.6. In fact, he's only averaging 22.7 and has been under all of the last 5 games. Now, you may think he might get a big usage boost because their best player, Paolo Banchero, is out in this one. But even with an added usage boost, Tyler, I don't think he gets there because he hasn't been shooting that well recently either. So I don't know. Going up against the Sixers too, that's a tough matchup for point guards, right?
It is. It's actually on our team defense tool. It is the toughest matchup on the slate for him. So definitely a hard one.
Alrighty, so tough matchup for him. So you don't think he gets there?
No, I don't think he's going to get there. And, you mentioned the usage with Banchero being out. One of the things I like to look at when we're looking at these PRA stats is just fantasy points scored. So he's at 0.97 fantasy points per minute with Banchero on the court, and he's at 0.95 without Banchero.
So yeah, not much of a boost actually at all. So that's interesting.
And, he may get a couple minutes more, but all in all, it's not like it's a slam dunk spot. Not that he gets a ton of extra usage in this spot. And it is literally the toughest spot on the slate with adjusted defense metrics for scoring and assists.
Yeah, and he just hasn't been shooting the ball well. I was looking at some of his numbers from last game. I mean, he wasn't making anything. Even if he does bounce back a little bit today, still don't think he can clear that given all of the data that you just kind of laid out for us there. So let's move on to our next pick here. We're going to go Houston Rockets small forward Dillon Brooks over 2.5 rebounds. LineStar's projection here is 3.7. The consensus is also over 3. And Brooks has gone over that 2.5 mark in 5 of 7 games this month, averaging just under 4 rebounds per game on the season. So this is a nice spot against the Clippers, who are 24th in rebounds to opposing small forwards, allowing 8.64 per game. That line seems a little low. What do you think, Tyler?
I think this line is super low. Dillon Brooks, for his career, playing over 30 minutes, is at 3.8 rebounds per game. So that makes that sample size real big here. He regularly plays, 30, 32, sometimes gets up to 34 minutes. And it's actually a good spot versus the Clippers, who are allowing 5.1 rebounds per game to the starting small forward. So positive rebound spot. The line's low. He's regularly going over this spot, not just for this season, but for his career. So let's go over on it.
And lastly, we're going to finish up our top 3 with Minnesota Timberwolves point guard Mike Conley under 14.5 points and assists. Check this out. LineStar's projection for Conley is just 7.5 and the consensus is at 10.6. He's been under 6 of the last 10 games, averaging just 12.1 points and assists per game. And going up against Sacramento, a team that's allowing the second fewest points to opposing point guards so far this season. It seems like Minnesota is basically just the Anthony Edwards show right now. Conley's definitely not getting a lot of volume out there. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they said coming into the year that they were going to manage Mike Conley's minutes, and they are managing more than I even expected. He's getting 24 minutes a night. He's averaging 23.5, but then he also will have random games where he only plays 21, 22, 23. Yeah. And he is very rarely over 24 minutes. So I think it's going to be hard for him to get over 14.5 at this point in his career, playing these type of minutes in a tough matchup versus Sacramento, who defense adjusted. We have him at 13th versus point guard, and playing limited minutes, it's going to be hard to be over when he's averaging under that. And it's a, slightly below average matchup.
All right, so our top 3 picks for today, once again, Suggs under 26.5 PRA, Brooks over 2.5 rebounds, and Conley under 14.5 points and assists. And I'm still going to give you guys a Knicks pick. Even though I'm not as confident as I usually am, we still have the huge variable of Karl Anthony Towns is questionable in this game, which could be very impactful if he doesn't play, if he does play. But I think the prop bet that I'm looking at and the player that I'm looking at specifically for this game, I think it's kind of whether Cat plays or not, I still think he's in a pretty good spot, and that's OG and Anunoby. So I like the over, and I took this myself, over 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. LineStar's projection for Anunoby is 30.9, and he's averaging about 23.7 points, rebounds, assists per game. He's been over 7 of the last 10 games, and going up against the Brooklyn Nets, 24th in defensive rating. They are allowing 26 points per game to the small forward position. That's 28th in the NBA. And with Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa still out, he's been getting a ton of minutes. He's shooting a ton of threes. And if Karl Anthony Towns is in fact out in this one, that means even maybe a bigger usage bump for Anunoby in this one. So I like his spot here going up against a pretty mediocre / poor defense. So going for Anunoby for my Knicks pick. Streak is on the line. Let's go, OG. Let's go. Also, on the flip side of that, I talked about how in Knicks games in general, the way that they kind of play defense is they keep people out of the paint and they force shots to the perimeter. So you could look, one trend that I've been looking at so far this season has definitely been opposing teams, like their 3-point shooters. Who are they? Are they knocking them down? And are they hot? And could they go hot in this against this Knicks team? Because they just haven't had the defense that they have maybe last year yet. They're defensively still a little behind this season, so that's an area to attack. I might look at Dennis Schroeder or Cameron Johnson over 14.5 points. LineStar is projection for Cam Johnson is 17. He's averaging just under 18 in the month of November, and he's been over in 5 of 7 games, second most threes on the Nets. So I think he could knock down some threes tonight against a Knicks team that is 20th in opponent three-pointers made. So I like that spot for the points if that's another direction you want to go. But Knicks pick on the line, streaks on the line. We're 5-0, hoping to keep the streak alive here on Flex Friday. Remember to drop your locks if you've got any nice picks for us. Drop them in the comments below. Also, feel free to check out our NFL picks for Week 11. We've got 2 shows that are out for you, so 10 overall prop bets for Week 10 or Week 11 in the NFL. Can't believe it's already Week 11, but make sure to check out those shows. And we've just got tons of content coming your way on the LineStar YouTube channel. Tyler's always breaking things down from a DFS perspective, so check out his videos and take his advice into your DFS lineups so that you can have a nice takedown this weekend in either NBA or some NFL action. Good luck out there in all of your prop bets. Tyler, are you playing some NBA DFS tonight? What you got working?
Sure will be. I really wish FanDuel would cut those late games like DraftKings is from the slate, though, just to make these big slates a little bit smaller.
Yeah, Tyler just wants to go to bed. Do you just want to go to bed at night, or what? You just
No,
like to focus the games a little bit?
Well, the games all start by 5 or 5:30 when they cut those late games out, and so I usually have to watch Olivia until 7 or so it just makes it really hard to watch my phone for news in case I need to run up and change lineups or whatever. So
yeah, that's true.
It's just having a toddler issue.
Yeah, I mean, we got things to do, FanDuel, I mean, today is I don't know if you saw this, but it is National Clean Your Refrigerator Day, so people got to do that. It's not going to be me, but some people might do that on National Clean Your Refrigerator Day, but what is it? All right. We're off the rails, so we're going to get it rolling here. Make sure also I will have some college football picks out for you. Big game for my Georgia Bulldogs. It wouldn't be a show if I didn't at least mention the Georgia Bulldogs, right? Going up against Tennessee this weekend. I'll probably have a pick from that game. But anyways, see you guys tomorrow or Monday. Have a good one. Good weekend. See ya.